Hey everyone, welcome to my Nade lineups for the map Pearl. We're going to walk through both bomb sites A and B, and I'm going to look at every single lane. So let's dive right into it. So first, before we start, I want to make sure that we're in alignment with default. It's right in front of this hut because it's the safest spot to plant when you first take. The first spot we're going to look at is A main when you're standing in the entryway here and you're playing this corner. You want to just aim here on top of this arch where the grass is, so you can still kind of jiggle peek and toss it up, hit that wall, and it lands right on default here. Now, if you want to play even deeper, here's for the A main box. Say, for example, you're holding a deeper angle. You just want to make sure you stand at this corner here. Align your alt UI with this tank pattern on the wall. We're going to see this a lot in the lineup. So just make sure it's tucked in there right here in the corner and toss it over. This lands right on default. Or this is great is if you just want to play a little bit back further and you want to clear this corner and they hit the bomb, they tap it. You can just line your back up against this wall, toss it over. There's a lot of room for error, so you can do this pretty quickly. Now say if you want to play back even further than the A box and you want to play the pillar, line yourself in this corner. And if you look up at the pillar, you'll see 3 little notches. You want to aim at the middle notch and toss it over. Now this nade clears out the right side, but when you're following up with this, make sure that you're aiming to the left in case anybody hard swings you. Now here's a quick practical lineup for A link. And say you know they're in CT side, you want to stand in this corner. Just aim at this line here at the balcony, run and toss it, and it bounces right in here to hut, pushes them off, maybe they go behind it, or they have to fight into your lane. And if you want to play deeper into mid, into the connector, you just want to stand in this corner, align your utility UI with this pattern tank, the one that we used in the previous lineup. We're going to use it a lot. Just line it up, there's a lot of room for error, and toss it over. So since there's a lot of room for error, you just want to make sure you're following up and clearing these corners since it's a little further away. And then lastly for A, we have the secret in the back of CT. Same thing. You just want to hug the back wall and align your utility UI, this pattern line here. You just aim up and you toss it. So say if they're attacking and they're trying to do a quick plant, you can draw them off the plant, buy your team some time. I want to jump onto the bomb site B. And it's important to note that there's 2 really common spots. You're going to see it at this box here, which is for the long, but this spot here will be considered default as it is the safest spot to plant and it reveals the least amount of angles to the defenders. Now let's jump into B. There's not a lot of spots, but here there's one for B main pillar. If you're playing an off angle and you want to peek out, you want to push the diffuser off, you just aim at the poster height here and toss it into the opening at this corner so it pushes them off the spike. And if you find yourself playing further back to the screens area, you want to aim somewhere just above here in the screen panel. And then you want to make sure that there's a little bit of opening here so that your nade can travel through the ramps. And then you want to jump and toss, and so it flies through and it lands right on default. Now if you find yourself pushed through CT and you're at the posters area, you just want to line up against this poster. Lots of room for error. Align your UI with the top of this roof here, the nade part, where the little mouse things are. Just like this. And then you want to toss it over this roof. This will land right on default. What I like about it is that it gives you 2 entrances to follow up, top of the bridge or below. If you're playing in B link here, lots of room for error. To stand in the doorway, crouch, align your alt UI with this little corner of the box, just like this. You just want to tuck it in just like this. Make sure you're crouched and then toss it over this box and it lands right on default. Gives you plenty of time to follow up and push with a flash. Thanks for watching my lineups video on Pearl. I hope that this helps give you some confidence or some strategies on how to play the post-plant scenarios and lineups as KAYO gives you some more time to win some rounds. Now as I play more Pearl and I learn more things, I'll make sure to add in a Dagger's lineup video and how to attack on this map as well. So stay tuned and thanks so much for watching again.